to Metaphysics 101. I am your host, Rory Colgan. Today, tonight, whenever you're tuning in, I appreciate you being here. This channel is dedicated to teaching metaphysical theory in such a way that it becomes applicable. And here I am at Abyss Lake, my favorite spot in Colorado, or at least one of my favorite spots in Colorado. And if you can see behind me, there's the lake. And I believe that's Mount Evans behind me, or Mount Bierstead, some part of the Continental Divide. It takes about 3 hours of decent hiking, about 2,000 feet of incline, maybe 2,600 feet, and 6 miles or so to get here. So I'm grateful to be here, but I have to apologize. I'm a little bit out of breath. So today we're going to be delving into one of the most crucial components of metaphysics. It's absolutely essential. Without this force, without this underpinning, there is no metaphysics. There is no life, essentially. And it's called a universal law. There are 13 universal laws, and different teachers, different educators, different intelligent, wise, saintly, enlightened individuals have broken them down into different categories, whether it's the 10 Commandments, or whether it's Jesus's new commandments, or whether it is the Tao Te Ching's, or the 8 Noble Fold Path of the Buddha. All of those methodologies are ways in which we can harmonize with what is the universe itself. And so I'm going to be teaching you metaphysics, Metaphysics 101, hence the title. And we are going to be delving into the most important universal law. It's called the law of divine birthright. This law says 2 things. You exist, and you have free will. So let's break them down. Existence, what is that? It's at its most basic and pure level consciousness. And consciousness is you. You are not your body. You inhabit your body. Similar to how you may get into a car and you may get out of a car. That is how we as metaphysicians look at the body. It's a car, nothing more, nothing less. And treating it with a reverence or a sacredness helps extends its longevity. Just like treating a car well, having consistent oil changes, changing batteries, alternators, things like that, feeding it well with good gasoline. Those things help a car sustain itself, just as healthy foods or good foods, wholesome foods, help sustain your body. So if you're not your body, and you are the intelligence that habits your body, we see that this universal law of existence isn't just talking about the temporary experience of being a human or being inside a human body. Instead, it's going to this deeper and deeper sense, this deepest sense that a person could ever attain, the sense of enlightenment. And when a person reaches that sense of enlightenment, they realize that they are perfect, that they are awake, that their sense of separation has dissolved, that they have melded and connected and become one with the Father, with the universal force, with the Dharma, if you will. And so our existence is not something that is temporary. In fact, the gift that was given to us by the great light, by the Creator, by God, by Allah, by the Tao, that gift is perfection. In the Bhagavad Gita, an ancient Hindu text, it talks about the real self. And that real self is your true essence, your consciousness. And that consciousness is who you really are. And that's the gift. You are that. You are not your successes. You are not your failures. You are not who you look like. You are none of those things. Those are temporary, passing, fleeting experiences upon which you can exist in. But they aren't you. And that's the gift. Your consciousness is immutable, perfect, eternal, and safe from all the slings and arrows of this world. It's even safe from hell, and it's even safe from heaven. Because the real you the metaphysical you, is beyond the dualistic nature of reality, beyond the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's not heaven and hell. It's transcendent. It's ineffable. It is unknowable. It is inexhaustible. That is you. That is you. How wonderful. So the second part of this component or this gift, this divine birthright, is your free will. It's your right to make choices. As I was talking about in the last video, part of the reason why in politics or in government it's so essential that we have a sense of freedom as citizens, as individuals, is to align with this. Is that if you exist as oppressed, your true spirit is muffled and it's hidden, and it's the amount of adversity to letting yourself flourish is disproportional to the necessity of the adversity to letting yourself flourish. In other words, that even in a free society, the adversity to go within yourself and to face the darkness within so that you can bring out your light is substantial, is not something to be underestimated. And so even in those free societies, the spiritual path, if you will, to enlightenment is fraught with danger and fraught with the ego temptations to jump off the path instead of head towards the source. So in our modern society, this is why it's important as metaphysicians that we respect freedom and free choice and the ability to live your own life and to learn from the consequences of the choices that you have made. So that's how it reflects culturally, or why it's so important that we have those qualities. But we have to remember that this is part of a universal force, and that regardless of what time period or what country people have incarned in or what country they live in, they have free will. And because they have free will, we have to respect that and honor that. And that free will allows them to make choices and to have the experience of being human. Metaphysics also has as an underpinning reincarnation, the opportunity to come back and to learn about different facets of human behavior. It's one thing to be a white man in the 21st century in America as opposed to a white female who's African American in the same country. Different stimuli, different experiences. And so the soul before birth chooses specific incarnation requirements based upon what they want to learn. And through that freedom as the soul, because your existence, again, is not your body, it's something bigger than that, it's eternal. Because of that, we have freedom in all levels of mind, in all existence. And so certain choices are going to lead to joy, and other choices are going to lead to suffering. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha talks about joy follows a pure thought, and suffering follows an evil thought. And so we have to recognize that we have the freedom to choose a evil thought or a pure thought, and that's our choice. And so this freedom allows us to perhaps relax and to say, it's okay. It's okay to be me. It's okay to just simply be. And then when you become still and you can be present, then you can make a choice what you want to experience, what you want to strive for. And in that, you can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself. So your divine birthright is that you have free will and that you exist. And no man or woman, no government, no institution can ever take away that. And in this time period, that's essential. It's essential to realize that this gift comes from the Creator, the great light. And there is no one or no thing that can take that away. If you believe that they can take it away, then you will temporarily experience that. So my recommendation is, do not believe that you are any less than a child of the divine. And in that divinity, take in a deep breath, lift your eyes to the sun, and appreciate the eternal consciousness that is you. This is Rory Colgan from Metaphysics 101, hoping you to be well, and hoping to see you soon. Namaste. God bless.